Good morning, students. In the last class, we were discussed about sculpture and architecture. So now you know very well about what is culture and what is architecture, and also the ancient town planning of India. Today's class, we are going to discuss about Mauryan art. So first we will see that stupa. What is stupa? Stupa is an oval-shaped construction under which the remains of Lord Buddha's body were kept in a box is known as stupa. So what is the shape of stupa? Is an oval shape. There are 5 famous stupas of King Ashoka's time, which are the stupa of Kanchi, stupa of Sarnath, stupa of Berat, stupa of Nandangad, and stupa of Devani Mori in Gujarat. And also Chaityas, Vighas and mats were constructed. So these all comes under arts. The period of King Ashoka was the golden period of prosperity for Buddhist religion. So it is known as that a golden period. Buddhist religion has gifted caves, vihars, chaityas and stupas to the field of architecture. So in the field of architecture, then from the Buddhist religion, they were gifted. Which are the things? Caves, vihars, chaityas and stupas. Then we will see that the first one, the King Ashoka's time. So already we discussed about there were 5 famous stupas. The first one is stupa of Kanchi. Then stupa of Kanchi. The stupa of Kanchi was built during Mauryan period. Underline that one. So during Mauryan period, stupa of Kanchi was built. It is situated at Madhya Pradesh, where stupa of Sanchi is situated in Madhya Pradesh. The original stupa of Kanchi was made of bricks. So it is made up with bricks. It was half in size compared to the present stupa. The Buddhist stupa is precious specimen art of architecture. So the Buddhist stupa was one of the specimen or the one of the important art of architecture. So now we'll see that some of the important thing in the stupa or linear sketch of stupa. The first one is Hamika. So what is Hamika? Hamika is the railing around the top of the oval shape stupa is called Hamika. So the shape is like an oval shape in the top. Next one is Meti. Elevated circle path around stupa is known as Meti. So it is a circular or like a round shape which is used for pradikshina. So now we'll see that is what is pradikshina path. A slightly elevated circular path around the temple or place of worship is called pradikshina. Some of the place was elevated. So it is made for the worship purpose. Pradikshina is done in such a way that place of worship is always to the right side. So this elevated circular was set apart or the kept in the place of right side. So already we said about it is mainly for the worship purpose. Then the fourth one is Toran. What is Toran? The Toran means the gateway that is built on 2 high pillars with the artistic horizontal being on it. The devotees use this Toran as an entrance. So we'll see that what is the meaning of or what is Toran. Toran means a gateway. Underline that one. Toran means a gateway. So next we will see that pillar inscription. So before that you can see some of the stupas picture. You can see some of the stupas picture. So these are the some of the example for stupas. See, it is an oval shape. Next we will see that pillar inscription. You know what is pillar inscription? Already we learned in the lower classes. Stone inscription were made from single rock. Single rock means one rock or all big rock. Stone inscription carved out by the religious order of Emperor Ashoka are the best specimen of engraving on stone. Already we said about in the Mauryan art at the time of Ashoka. So that is why what happened, the Emperor Ashoka, what he was doing, the stone inscription carved out by the religious order. They were polished so well that they gleamed or shined. Such pillars were erected in Ambala, Meerut, Allahabad, Sarnath, Loria near Nandangad, Sanchi, Kashi, Patan, and Bodhivriksha near Bodh Gaya. They were carved in Brahmi script or in the Brahmi language. So these are the some of the examples for the pillar inscription. The second we will see that then pillar at Sarnath. The stone inscription Sarnath is the best specimen of culture because the stone inscription of Sarnath is the one of the important example for the sculpture. The pillar has 4 lines facing 4 direction. So already because in the pillar, you know what is the pillar. So in the pillar, in the 4 side, the 4 facing, we can see the figure of what? The figure of lion. Sarnath preaching place of the Lord Buddha, Dharmachakra are carved below the lion images, and also we can see in the image there is a Dharmachakra in the down. And also this chakra indicates triumph of religion or the victory of the religion. That is why it is called the Dharmachakra. Apart from this, it has sculpture of elephant, horse and a bullock. Some other figures also we can see in the Dhamma Chakra. This chakra has been placed in the national flag of Republic India. Images of 4 lions have been placed as our national emblem. Already we learned about then what is the that already we said of in our national emblem we can see that the image of 4 lions. This is considered to be one of the best specimens of sculpture in the world. Now we'll see that the stone inscription of Emperor Ashoka. The stone inscription carved by religious orders. Now what are the orders are given by the religion of Emperor Ashoka are the best specimen of engraving on stone or carving on stone. Wooden art, stone sculpting show an excellent specimen of art of architecture. So in the wood and also in the stone. By erecting pillars of wood and stone, beautiful arches are engraved on the door which stress on religious behavior like a arch shape. We can see this type of arch shape like a semicircle shape. Such stone inscriptions have been found from Peshawar, Dehradun, Thane, Mumbai, Dhawli, Jaugada or in Odisha and Chennai etc. Such type of stone inscription have been found from the foothill of Girnath mountain on the way to Junagadh in Gujarat. Foothill means the down part of the hill. Other than this, Palitana Jain temple on Shatrugyan mountain in Gujarat, Jain temple of Hadi Singh in Ahmedabad, such stone inscription which provide complete information are kept engraved in Sanskrit and Gujarati language. So some of the examples already given in which are the places we can see this type of pillar, stone pillar we can see. And also it is written in Sanskrit language and in Gujarati. Now we'll see that the Dravid style of art in South India. The many Buddhist stupas were built in the region means in the place near Krishna and Godavari river during the reign of Satavahana kings. Already we said about in the Mauryan art was in the time of Ashoka. Then the Dravidian style was in the time of Satavahan kings. They were all semicircle, oval and bell shape. These were the shapes. Then semicircle was there, oval shape was there, bell shape was there. Stupa in Nagarjuna Konda and Amravati are the best specimen of Dravid style of art. So this is the one of the example. Chola kings adopted Dravid style of architecture up to the great extent. So later on then Chola king adopted from Satavahana kings. So they were continued that. Then art of Gupta periods. Now we'll see about the art of Gupta period. During the Gupta period, architecture, sculpture, painting, dancing, music flourished. These all the things were flourished as an art. Parvati temple at Jambalpur, that is in Nineveh, Bumara, Nagoda, Shiva temple, Irans, that is in Madhya Pradesh, nourishing temple, Gop Mandir at Jamnagar, stupas, chaityas, mags, viharas, flags and pillars are the unique example of Gupta art. So each one has its own importance. So these all are the examples of the Gupta art. Gupta period is known as the golden period of art. Underline in your textbook. Gupta period is known as the golden period of art. So very important one. So underline your textbook. Buddha statue at Sarnath, statue of Lord Vishnu at Mathura, statue of Mahavir Swami, caves of Udayagiri and statue of Vishnu in the form of Varak, etc. are the best specimens of sculpture of Gupta period. These are the some of the example for the sculpture of Gupta period. Next we will see that curve architecture. So cave architecture is considered as a man-made place of beauty. Already we said about architecture is the part of building or constructing something. Caves of Ajanta and Ellora at Aurangabad, Elephanta caves near Mumbai, Udayagiri and back near Gwalior, Bhuvaneshwari at Odisha, Kadgiri and Nilgiri are the famous specimens of cave architecture of Gupta period. In the Gupta period, some of the caves constructed or the architecture part we can see these were some of the important ones. Then Kambalida, that is Gondal in Gujarat, Dang, that is in Rajkot, 3 caves at Junagadh, Tadaja, Sana, etc. caves are also found. The cave inscription of Ashoka have been carved on the walls of 3 caves of Barmar mountain 16 km away from Gaya. This describes works of charity done by Ashoka. Charity means some kind of help by Ashoka. Caves of Assam and Darjeeling, Sudama cave of Bihar and caves of Sita are the well-known cave architecture. So these are the some of the architecture caves. Gives us an example for us. Now we'll see that caves of Gujarat. In caves of Gujarat, caves at Junagadh. There are 3 groups of caves in Junagadh. The first group is the group of Bava Pyara caves. So the first group is already we said about in the caves at Junagadh. It was divided as 3 groups. The first group is that Bava Pyara caves. This cave is situated near Bava Pyara Math. They are in 3 layers intersecting each other at a right angle. So this cave have the one of the speciality for that 3 layers are there. So there are total 16 caves. Out of them 4 are in the first line, 7 in second line and 5 in third line. So in that way it was divided. Already we said about it has 3 layers. In the first layers then 4 are there. Second one is in the 7 are there. In the third layer there are 5 caves. So in that way it was intersect. Possibly they were carved during the 2nd century in the beginning of AD. Then the second group of the caves at Junagadh is they are double storied or the 2 floors. On seeing the remains, say one can that they might have been carved during the end of 2nd century. So most probably it was carved in the end of the 2nd century and the beginning of the 4th century. The third group is caves of Capria and Kedia, caves of Kund. On seeing the remains, it can said that they were floored caves. It might have been carved in the 3rd century. The caves of Capri and Kedia, caves of Kund was carved in the 3rd century. There are 20 pillars and there is ruins now. Next, the second type of Gujarat caves, that is Kampalida cave. So it is discovered in 1959. Underline that one. In 1959 that Kampalida cave was discovered. They are situated at Kampalida near Gondal, 70 km from Rajkot. 3 of them are remarkable. Chaityagraha with a stupa is situated in the middle cave. Figure of Bodhisattvas and a statue of devotees are standing on both the side of entrance path supported by trees. These are the some of the important caves, and they are of second or the third century. Then third type of caves of Gujarat, that is the Talaja cave. So the mountain of Talaja is situated near mouth of Setluj river in Bhavanagar district. So underline that one, the Talaja cave situated in Bhavanagar district. It is famous pilgrim of Taldwajgiri. 30 caves have been carved from the stone with a huge gate. So that is one of the importance for this Talaja cave. Abal Mandap, that is Sabat Khan and Chaitya Grih are the best example for sculpture and protection of view. Cave architecture of Buddhist religion belongs to the 3rd century. So next we will see that the Sana cave in Gujarat. This group of caves is situated on the top of Sana mountain in Wankhia village. Underline that one. Sana cave is situated in Wankhia village, Una Taluka in Gir Somnath district. These caves are spread on Sana mountain like a beehive. Then fifth type of cave of Gujarat, that is Dang cave. Dangiri is situated in Dang village of Upleta Taluka at Rajakot district. It is considered that they might have been built in the beginning of the 4th century. So Dana cave situated in the village of Upleta Taluka at Rajakot district. The sixth type of caves in Gujarat, that is Jinchguri Jar. There are many Buddhist caves in the west of Dang. About 7 km from Siddhasar is the valley of Jinchharijghar. It is considered that they have been built in the 2nd century. The next one is that Kapriakodia caves at Kutch. These caves are situated on the top of mountain near Old Patgarh in Lakpat Taluka of Kutch. So that is why it got a name of Kapriakodia caves at Kutch. There are 2 caves. They are destroyed by K.K. Shastri in 1967 AD. The last one is that caves at Kalia Dunga. There are 3 caves in Kalia Dunga at Jagadia Taluka in Baroch district. They are best old architectured specimen of Buddhist religion. This is also part of architecture. We can see this cave. Architecture of these caves is marvelous or wonderful. An 11 feet high statue of a lion with 2 bodies and 1 mouth in the form of pillar has been carved with which in a single rock. In one single rock we can see what we can see, the 11 feet high statue, that much of height is there. Then what is it? It is there. So lion with 2 bodies, the two lions body is there and 1 mouth in the form of pillar. So students, today's class we have seen that. Then Mauryan arts. In the Mauryan arts we have seen that stupa, then pillar inscription and pillar at Sarnath, then stone inscription, these are. And also we seen that what is Dravid style of art and art of Gupta period. And also then we have seen that different types of different architecture types of caves. Especially in Gujarat we have seen then 8 type of caves in caves. So today's class I am going to conclude. So students, study well. Then thank you listening for my class.